The morning sun crept into Ali's room, casting a soft glow over the scattered notebooks, pens and books piled on his desk, remnants of plans he had started but never finished. The harsh buzz of his alarm shattered the silence, and Ali groaned as he slapped it off. For a few seconds, he lay motionless, his gaze fixed on the ceiling. Each day felt the same, an unfulfilled promise, a mountain of to-dos that he couldn't seem to climb. As he lay there, lost in thought, a knock at the door jolted him. "Ali, it's time for Fajr," Hassan's voice called, steady but gentle. "Let's start the day right." Ali shifted slowly, Hassan's words echoing in the quiet. Start the day right. The phrase lingered, nudging at his heart. He swung his legs over the side of the bed, every muscle protesting as he stood. The room seemed heavy, the air thick with the weight of countless mornings just like this one. But he walked to his prayer mat, whispering the opening takbir with a sense of desperation. As he moved through the prayer, a surprising wave of peace washed over him. It was faint but real, a whisper from Allah that even this small effort mattered. After the prayer, Hassan lingered, watching Ali with a knowing look. Ali, the Prophet, peace be upon him, said, "Take advantage of 5 before 5, your youth before your old age, your health before your sickness, your wealth before your poverty, your free time before your busyness, and your life before your death. We have today, brother. It's not too late." Ali's heart clenched. The words hit deep, echoing the gnawing worry he'd carried for months. He nodded, unable to find the right response. The regret that had weighed him down felt like chains, but Hassan's words sparked a small flame of hope. As the morning unfolded, Ali's phone buzzed with a notification for the Quran recitation circle at the mosque. He glanced at it, fingers hovering over the screen, debating whether to go or stay. His mind offered the usual excuses. You're tired, you don't have the energy, you'll be out of place. But another voice whispered beneath the noise, "Start small." With a surge of determination, Ali grabbed his keys and left the house. The mosque was alive with the hum of conversation. The soft, rhythmic murmur of people greeting each other filled the space, and the atmosphere felt warm and inviting. Ali spotted Fatima, who was speaking animatedly with a group. She saw him and waved, her eyes lighting up. "Ali, I'm glad you're here," she said, beaming. "You know, showing up is often the hardest part. Every small step is a victory in itself." Her words resonated with him, bringing a smile to his face. The guilt that usually gnawed at him during gatherings began to ease. For the first time in a long while, he felt connected, as if he belonged. That night, instead of falling back into the familiar cycle of scrolling through his phone until exhaustion claimed him, Ali glanced at the book on his desk. Stories from the life of the Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him. He picked it up and flipped through the pages until a particular story caught his eye. It was about the Prophet's early years, how he began spreading the message of Islam quietly, one step at a time, starting with those closest to him before reaching out to the wider community. The simplicity and patience of it struck a chord within Ali. Change doesn't happen in a moment, he thought. It begins with a step. The next morning, Ali woke up before his alarm. The room was still dark, but the quiet felt different, hopeful. He performed wudu and stood on his prayer mat, whispering the Fajr prayer with newfound resolve. When he finished, he jotted down a short list. Sit up, recite a verse from the Quran, send a thoughtful message to his mother, and take a few minutes for dhikr. The list was modest, almost laughable, but it felt achievable. And when he completed each task, a small spark of joy flickered inside him. It wasn't grand, but it was progress. Days turned into weeks, and the changes in Ali's life were subtle, yet profound. The mountain of overwhelming tasks and regret no longer loomed over him. Instead, each day felt like a series of hills, manageable and even rewarding. He celebrated the small wins, the verse recited after Fajr, the smile on his mother's face when he reached out, the calm he felt during dhikr. Every step, no matter how small, became a testament to the power of consistent effort. One evening, Hassan and Fatima came over for tea. The room was filled with the warm glow of lamplight, and the scent of cardamom wafted through the air. Laughter bubbled between them as they shared stories from the week. Hassan's eyes sparkled as he looked at Ali. "I've noticed it, Ali. You're different. Your energy is inspiring. You're making use of your time in a way that pleases Allah." Fatima, cradling her cup, nodded with a smile. "Ali, remember, the Prophet, peace be upon him, said, 'The most beloved of deeds to Allah are those that are consistent, even if they are small.' You've embraced that. It's not about huge, sweeping changes. It's about small, meaningful steps. And those steps add up." Ali felt a warmth in his chest, a mix of gratitude and realization. "I used to think that real change meant overhauling everything at once," he admitted. "But I see now that it's the daily, intentional choices that make the difference." Hassan leaned back, eyes glistening with pride. "Exactly. Even the Prophet balanced his strength with moments of gentleness and humor. Life isn't just about leaping over mountains. It's about walking the path, one step at a time, and finding joy along the way." The memory of wasted mornings and paralyzing doubt felt distant, replaced by the quiet satisfaction of moving forward. "Allah truly doesn't burden a soul beyond what it can bear," Ali said, his voice steady. "I just needed to start with what I could handle." Fatima raised her cup, her eyes glistening with shared hope. "And remember, Ali, Allah is closer to you than your jugular vein. You are never alone." Ali smiled, a deep sense of contentment washing over him. The days ahead would still hold challenges, but he now understood that every small, intentional step was a step toward a life of purpose, a life not wasted, but cherished.